Hello everybody. Today we're going to continue talking about quantifiers. We're going to introduce the use of a lot, many, much, a few, a little. I'm going to pronounce it again so you can listen to the pronunciation. A lot of, many, much, a few, a little. Si usted aquí dice many, está mal dicho. Si usted aquí dice much, está mal dicho. ¿Ok? Many, much, a few, a little. Mucho de o bastante de, muchos, mucho, unos cuantos, un poco. Okay, so this group is divided into two parts. First, we have the group that is going to give us large quantities and amounts. By the way, a lot of is the same as lots of, so they are equivalent. When we use a lot of, this is very easy. It's going to be very easy for you because we can use a lot all the time. As you can see here, we can use it with all nouns. Okay? No matter if it's countable or uncountable. We can use it all the time. For example, we can say a lot of coffee and milk. Coffee and milk, they're uncountable. We can use it with soda and crackers, even though this is not countable and this is countable. So we can use it all the time. That's the easy part. Now, if we're talking about a large quantity and we want to use, we have many and much. When are we going to use many? We're going to use many when we are talking about something in plural. For example, there were many brands of coffee. Habían muchas marcas de café. But there weren't many kinds of tea. Pero no habían muchas clases o tipos de café. The other example says, are there many eggs in the fridge? When I see the verb to be first, and the question mark, I know it's a question. Hay muchos huevos en la refri. Okay, when are we going to use much? We use much with not countable, with uncountable nouns. What are the uncountable nouns? We said everything that is liquid, everything that is like rice, beans, corn, everything that is like ice cream, everything that comes in liters, kilograms, pounds, everything like, for example, gasoline, that's something that we cannot measure in whole units. We use something else to measure. For example, we don't have much orange juice. No tenemos mucho jugo de naranja. In this case, we cannot use many because the orange juice is not countable. We cannot say, no tenemos muchos jugo de naranja. No, this has to be the same as the noun. If the noun is uncountable, we're going to use a quantifier that is okay with that. If this and this don't agree, that is going to be a problem, okay? Do we have much bread? Tenemos bastante pan. That's for large quantities. Now for small quantities and amounts, we have a few and a little. How are we going to use a few? Okay. With countable nouns. Many and a few with countable. If it is a large quantity, use many. If it is very little, if it's a quantity that is very little, we're going to use a few. Unos cuantos o unos pocos. There are a few apples. Hay unas manzanas. O unas cuantas manzanas. Are there a few bananas too? ¿Hay unas bananas también? In some cases, we cannot use unas or unos. In this case, we're going to use a little. For example, sugar, we cannot say unas azúcar. We need to say a little sugar. I need a little sugar for my tea. Necesito poco de azúcar para mi té. Do you want a little sugar too? ¿Quieres un poco de azúcar también? And there's a very important language tip here. Don't use much in affirmative sentences, please. We don't say, I eat much sugar. No, say, I eat a lot of sugar, for example. Let's see the examples here. We have more information about this topic. Remember, a lot of, it's the same as a large quantity, many, muchos, and much, mucho. We're going to use much only in negative and in questions, okay? So, if the noun is countable, the quantifier, these are all the quantifiers that we're talking about. Don't be confused by the word quantifier. They're words that help us quantify. If my noun is countable, then I have to look for a word that works with countable nouns. With a lot of, no problem, because this word works with both of them. Works always, all the time. If I'm talking about apples, then my quantifier is going to be many, because many works with countable nouns. If my noun is countable, then I have to use much, because much only works with not countable nouns. Same thing with a few and a little. When we're talking about something like pears that can be counted, use a few, unas peras. But we're talking about ice, which is something that we cannot measure one by one, then we're going to use a little. Okay, that's it. That's all today's class. By the way, thank you very much for those of you who have done your homework very diligently. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate your effort. The homework is very simple. In your notebook, copy. I'm going to copy and complete the sentence with the words from the box. I love my mom very. I have dogs. So you copy the sentences in your notebook, and you send me the homework by the end of the day. Okay, that's it. That's our class for today. Just reviewing to make sure everything is clear. Quantifiers son palabras que me ayudan a cuantificar una cantidad. Entonces, uso estos para algo que es un bastante, que es una cantidad grande. A lot of, lo uso en cualquier caso, no hay problema. Many, si estoy hablando de algo que se puede contar, manzanas, peras, uvas, sandías, melones, amigos, sillas, mesas, personas, etc. Si es algo que no puedo cuantificar, algún sentimiento, algo abstracto, o en el caso de la cocina, pues cantidades que necesitan medida, puede ser litros, libras, gramos, kilogramos, cualquier cosa que necesita una medida para establecer su cantidad, usamos much. Lo mismo para a few y a little, solo que a few y a little son para cantidades pequeñas. A few, ok, si es algo contable, y yo quiero decir que es algo poco, unos o unos pocos. A little, si es una cantidad pequeña, pero me estoy refiriendo a algo que no puedo cuantificar en unidades enteras. Entonces yo diría, I need a little help. Necesito un poco de ayuda. Porque la ayuda, por ejemplo, no es algo que podamos cuantificar en 1, 2, 3, etc. Esta es la página de su libro. Si no la tiene, no se preocupe. Yo estoy diseñando ejercicios para que usted lo pueda hacer en su cuaderno. Entonces voy a dejar esto acá por si usted quiere tomar captura y tomar los ejemplos. Y aquí le dejo la tarea para el día de hoy. Copia y completa las oraciones con una palabra de la caja. Son 5 oraciones y va a usar 5 palabras. Cada palabra la utiliza una vez. Eso es todo, chicos. Espero les haya gustado la clase y espero sus tareas. Muchas gracias a todos aquellos que están pendientes de hacer sus tareas.